Bryce, Dave said practice a little edgy between guys today. He liked that. What did you notice about the energy coming off of the loss?
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that, we're competing. This is obviously Wednesdays are always big days, work days for us. So, guys want to compete, want to be the best that they can, and, there's competition and stuff. So it's good to see guys compete, all of us working hard on the same goal as we have all year.
He also said, there was urgency. I mean, did you see examples of that today coming off of the way you guys played?
Yeah, that's one of the things that, we've been stressing. Just want to be efficient, want to be urgent, want to make sure that, we're moving and operating smoothly. And, all the guys took that to heart. So it's, we're doing a great job there, and just on us to continue to keep going.
Right, so that's one thing Coach Canales was talking about, getting to the line quicker and get plays off quicker. What can be done with that, and do you feel like that process needs to be sped up a little?
We just want to make sure we're urgent getting into the huddle and getting out of the huddle. Getting lined up quick. That's something that we want to take pride in. So that's been the message.
In reviewing film, what did Tedero bring to this offense in his first game? What did he give to you specifically?
Yeah, he did a great job. Great job of being precise with a lot of the things. That's something for someone's first NFL game. It's easy to see for a young guy their technique goes out the way, or things speed up. For him, he was playing at the same place that he's always played at. He was doing all the little things right, the details that we had talked about, that we worked on in practice and camp. It translated over to the field. So he did a great job.
You look for him early on third downs and often on third downs. What's the level of trust you have with him? Even though he's a rookie.
Yeah, I have a ton of trust in him, all the confidence in the world in him, and that goes with the entire receiving corps. I'm super grateful to have the receiving corps that I have. I trust all those guys, all the work that they put in, all the stuff that they do, that not everyone gets to see in meetings and practice. So I'm grateful for the group that we have.
Bryce, what impact did T-Mac have on the game beyond the catches? What impact did you see?
Just him being consistent. Him being the person he is day in and day out. That translated to Sunday. We all. I'm grateful for the entire group of guys.
He called the long one in the end zone. It should have been an easy catch for him. What did you guys discuss after that about that play?
Yeah, I definitely want to be able to make that easier on him. It was a good coverage by the DB. It was a good play all around. I want to make sure that I can give him a ball, and we all have that growth mindset. So that's kind of how we all look at it.
Doing some of the snap exchanges with Austin, is there anything that was identified as maybe this is fixable, is easy? Anything?
I mean, for me, honestly, that stuff isn't stuff that when you guys asked me about it, I didn't even notice it until you guys asked me about it. That's part of the game. It's not something that affects me, not something that's going on. And Corey's a competitor. Of course, he wants to be perfect, as we all want to be perfect. But that's part of the game. Regardless of anything, we have to execute.
I'm sorry if you've been asked this before. How much was the fourth down play on the play coming in late, and you having to adjust on that?
No, just a miscommunication amongst things. Didn't get things done operationally. Sucks, but we're on to a new week. That's something that's in the past, and now it's all about the Cardinals.
What's your mindset coming into this week?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a great opportunity against a really good team. Have a ton of respect for them, for their defense, for their players, for their scheme. It's going to be a great challenge for us, and we get another opportunity throughout this week, earn the opportunity to be at our best. So anytime we get a game, it's a blessing.
What you've seen from Arizona thus far, where do they pose the biggest challenge?
Yeah, they do a great job in, they have a lot of complexity in scheme and try to change up looks and do different things. But, when you do that and you see that a lot of times, you can see busts and you can see things. They do a great job of communicating that. You can tell they're comfortable in that system. They do different things, but they're all on the same page, which is a great challenge for us. They have a lot of really good players, really talented guys that play the system well as well, coach really well. So, again, for us, we know it's going to take everything. We know it's going to take a great week of preparation, and we're excited for the challenge.
Last year you took the Cardinals to task, went to overtime. How much do you look at that game, kind of anything that you remember from that game that you're pinpointing and trying to focus on specifically for yourself going into this week?
Yeah, it's a new year. That doesn't entitle us to anything. again, anything that happens in the past is the past. You know, so for us, it's a new year, new season, new team. You know, we're going in there just want to do whatever it takes to win.
Any value, though, in the familiarity with that scheme for an out-of-division opponent that's maybe you don't necessarily get every season?
You know, I think that you get a different standpoint, and like you said, often you don't see those out of division guys. Often us being able to see them is interesting, but again, it's a different team. You know, they have different guys out there. You know, a lot of the same guys, but they have new people, new pieces. You know, watching the game last week, again, it's a really good group, really good unit. Obviously, I watched the defensive side of the ball, and we have a ton of respect for them. So, you know, we have to be at our best this weekend.
Does, you know, where Buda Baker is factor into what you're doing pre-snap when you're coming to the line out of the huddle?
Yeah, that's obviously a big factor of, you know, what they do defensively. You know, Buda's a great player, does a great job in running pass game, and is able to, you know, do a lot of unorthodox things when you compare it to the rest of the league. So, you know, obviously it's something that we talk about. We know that, you know, we have to have a plan. And again, we have a ton of respect for him, for the rest of the defense. So, you know, we're excited for that challenge.
Your evaluation of Yash and his game starting in the position?
Yeah, I thought Yash did a great job. Again, it's tough. You know, that was a really good D line that he's going against. You know, really good edge rushers that they had, and you know, for him to come in kind of short notice, you know, with you have a whole off season knowing what you think is going to happen, and then coming in, being able to step up, you know, play fast. I was super happy with how he played. I love the competitiveness. You know, that's the type of person he is. You know, works really hard. You know, great guy. You know, always working to be the best. So I was really happy with him and the rest of the line. I think they played great.
What's your process like on a Tuesday, Wednesday when it's time to kind of turn the page and go from the previous one to what you've got to do to prepare?
Yeah, you know, we come in on Monday, we watch the film. You know, we do Tell the Truth Monday as coach has it. We go in with a growth mindset, you know, watch every play, analyze everything, talk about it. And then we figure out, you know, what is it that we can take from there, learn from there. And then we have a deadline of we come back to a meeting, and now we're on to the next team. So for us on Monday, we went, watched the film, talked about it in team meeting, unit meeting, and we went back, took a break, and we were right on the Cardinals. So, you know, it's just, you know, being able to turn that page. Now for us, again, we have to do everything we can. We have a ton of respect for them. So it's all about the preparation it takes.
That seems easier said than done. How long did it take you to learn how to have that deadline? And
I mean, that's the nature of the sport. You know, whatever level, whatever it is, you know, you got to play again next week. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever it is. You don't go into the next game winning or losing. Nothing you do carries over. So, you know, you get a lot of practice throughout playing sports.
Bryce, real quick, have you had a chance to try the Bank of America, the new sandwich inspired by Xavier Legette's backyard?
I haven't yet. The preseason games, I have been, you know, active in them, so I haven't gotten to try it. But I think I've seen the like commercials around it, so I definitely got to give it a try. I appreciate you guys.